very good morning. You're watching News 9 and we're bringing you the latest with regards to the Bengaluru bond. The Majestic has turned into a fortress of sorts as the Bengaluru bond takes full effect. BMTC buses are plying in the city smoothly is what we understand, but a number of people out there is definitely less. Usually at this time the hustle bustle of Majestic is in fact it's crowded with people, but this time around that's not the case. Very few people are around, not many people also going ahead and using those buses. Is it because a lot of the institutions, a lot of offices have closed down, or is it simply because people fear there could be some sort of protests break out in Majestic? Either way, the police are leaving nothing to chance. They've come out in huge numbers across the city. In Majestic as well, there's a huge police deployment who are going ahead and tracking down exactly what is taking place everywhere and ensuring that nothing goes out of hand. And it is understood, of course, that all the KSRTC as well as BMTC buses are plying today. But the question is, how many people are actually using these buses? It is understood that a lot of these buses are plying around without any commuters. Well, we're joined in by Mr. Anjum Parvez, who is the MD of BMTC. Mr. Anjum Parvez, first of all, what led you to take the decision to go ahead and ply buses despite the fact that it is a band?
See, good morning. See, the bus operation as per the public transport by BMTC is concerned, it is defined as an essential service. So every year a notification is issued by the government. So keeping that in view that this is the lifeline of people of Bangalore, we just started our normal operation yesterday also. That means the night vehicles, and we just started today morning. Almost 3,000 vehicles are flying, and in the first shift we have started about 1,200 vehicles. So almost 4,000 vehicles are on the road, and till now there is no untoward incident. The buses are moving all across the city, and keeping that thing in view, we have started the operation. That we should not, yeah.
Right, Mr. Parvez, so what is the kind of response you have received? Because from what we can see, a lot of buses out there, but not too many people.
Yeah, that is perfectly right, because it happens in public transport that someday there will be slack traffic. So since it is a band call and a lot of schools and colleges are closed and private companies are closed, so that is reducing the number of travelers. But the point is that in the city, even if 5 or 10 people are traveling, it becomes our responsibility to see that they don't suffer because of our operation. So being an essential service, and more than that, we have a monopoly of urban transport in Bangalore city. So because of that, our responsibility becomes much more than as a normal operator. So keeping that in view, this operation is going on.
Right. As of now, Mr. Parvez, we do understand that it is pretty peaceful out there, but probably in a few hours to come, those activists will take to the streets. They will try to shut down shops, and inevitably, buses are the targets for stone pelting. So do you plan on probably reducing the number of buses plying out there as the hours go by?
See, if any disturbance is happening, then in that case, the protecting the public property is also our responsibility. So if a large number of buses are being damaged, definitely we can't afford to put these buses on the road. We have to withdraw. But we have to watch for the situation. Like generally, what we have seen that the loss to the public property in Band in Karnataka is not that much compared to other states and all. So we are not expecting too much of damage to BMTC buses. But if it goes beyond a point, we always see that if there's only 4 or 5 buses are damaged, then absolutely no problem. But if the number increases quite substantially, then in that case, we are forced to suspend the operation for 2 hours, 3 hours. So we have to watch the situation. We have to watch the situation, and then as the situation is unfolding, maybe about 9 or 9:30, we'll come to know the exact position, and then we'll take a call at that point of time.
So as of now, Mr. Parvez, you can confirm that buses will be plying through the day till now?
Yeah, see, right now the total more than 4,000 buses are flying, and mostly they are all night halt buses. So by 1:30 automatically they will come back to depot as a routine operation, and then the general shift vehicles will be seen. And the general vehicle, setting the general shift vehicle, we have to watch the situation and then take a call at that point of time.
Right. Mr. Parvez, thank you so much for talking to News 9 and taking us through exactly how long these buses will stay on the roads. The MD of BMTC telling us that there are over 4,000 buses present on the streets of Bengaluru, and that they will not stop plying simply because not too many people are there, but only if in fact some sort of violence comes through, if stone pelting incidents come to light, or if buses are targeted as such. Keeping in mind the safety of the commuters, these bus services will be suspended. But until then, until such time, the buses will continue to move back and forth, even if it is to ply one single commuter. And in fact, we do understand that the security-wise as well, they're leaving nothing to chance in Majestic. Time and again that these activists have gone ahead and targeted buses if they are plying, because they would want an effective band, they would want the city to shut down. And as of now, considering the buses are plying, we will have to wait and watch. As Mr. Anjum Parvez had pointed out, probably by 1 to 1:30, they will be able to get a feel of what the situation is like out there, and then go ahead and decide on whether the buses will continue to go back and forth across the city. And my colleague Bansi Kalapa was earlier at Majestic, and he takes us through the situation with regards to public transport as such, not just buses but also autos.
Here, the pro-Kannada organizations that called for a bandh, many of them are having a demonstration here. You can see the pro-Kannada groups here in Majestic. They are having a demonstration. These are all groups of the same group. Now, ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಪ್ರತಿಭಟನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ
ಸರ್? ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಳಗಾಂನ ಅವರು ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೊಂದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅತ್ಯಾಚಾರ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅದೊಂದು. ಈ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರು ಬರೀ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಏನೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಜನ ನೆಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಇದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಸರ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
So this is a pro-Kannada group activist who's out here. You see that small group. This is in Majestic. What you see here, the small demonstration, that is in the Majestic area. So this group was out here in the Majestic area demonstrating, calling for justice. With camera person Samir, this is Bansi for News 9.
And some big news coming in. Hundreds of rowdies have been arrested in Bengaluru. 353 miscreants with criminal records have been arrested across the city. In fact, the cops have divided police station limits into 4 sectors. One sub-inspector as well as an ASI have been deployed in each of the sectors. It is understood that this is a precautionary measure. Hundreds of them, hundreds of rowdy sheeters taken into custody. There are 353 miscreants in all have been arrested across the city in preventive custody of sorts, and each police station limit has been divided into 4 sections. A sub-inspector as well as an ASI have been deployed in each of the sector. So even as the day progresses, it looks like the police are getting more alert, realizing that there is a chance for more violence to erupt. What my colleague Bansi just showed you was the beginning of what looks like a protest that could gather more steam in the coming hours. But as of now, the police are already taking enough steps. They've arrested hundreds of rowdy sheeters. 353 miscreants who all had criminal records to their name have been taken into custody as a preventive measure. And besides that, 1 sub-inspector and 1 ASI has been deployed in these 4 sectors that has been divided based on police station limits. And meanwhile, of course,